all lit up in color and had a wonderful dinner here with my family. So I hope all of you too had a very safe and wonderful holiday. All right. Okay. Thank you for the feedback there, Charles, letting me know that you can hear everything. That's beautiful. Welcome, everybody. All right. What I'm going to do before we dive into the workshop material is I just want to showcase some of our recent success stories. So this is Robin Jeffries, a recent peak performance graduate, and very, very hardworking woman. She was actually working 16-hour days when she came into our program. And she said, Ann, this was the only program that would actually help me move forward with automation because I work so much. And she's really wanted to have a business to do on the side. So she's been very active posting her Amazon sales. So these are little screenshots of her progress. April 1st, boy, this is fun. Don't let anything stop you. April 21st, I think I'm moving in the right direction. The 30 days sales to me moving. Continues her progress. May 7th, last 30 days have been good. Stay consistent, everyone. June 10th, you see, $3,935. And there she posted at the end of the month, June 28th, almost $15,000 in sales. This all from a woman who had huge work hours. High school coach, basketball coach, coach in the evenings, helped with the bus rides going back and forth between tournaments, etc. So pretty amazing results for someone who didn't have a lot of time. Here is Emmy and Dave Solver. She's a former corporate tax advisor. She says, I'm so grateful for E-commerce Business School for training me how to do an online business with Amazon. And here's Carol Castagna. She says, I'm pretty proud of what I've achieved. Stay focused, hustle harder, and you'll make it too. And pulling in 16,000 in sales in 30 days. Here is recent 90-day peak graduate, Dimu Cherry. Yes, she's a former track and field Olympian. And she reports in, all I could say today was wow and wow again. Hard work is paying off. Thank you and thank you. God is so good. I already surpassed my end of year goal and I'm already thinking how I can do better in 2021. Now I have to find Ed and move him up to panelist because we have Ed with us. He's got an amazing background and I don't want to steal his thunder. I've got some screenshots, but really E-commerce Business School created a transformational change for he and his wife who lost their previous business due to COVID. We know COVID turned the world upside down, right? Well, they found their regrouping by moving forward with E-commerce Business School. So is Ed ever able to be there in panelists? Hi, Ed. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, thank you for joining us after wonderful Thanksgiving Day. And I'd love for you to give kind of the quick backstory for you and your wonderful wife, Carla, and what an amazing year for you.
Yeah, it's been a huge year. This is our second real Q4. That's the busiest time of the year right now of Amazon. And we came from a background of working with children with special needs. We do a movement therapy, both my wife and I. And when COVID started back in March of 2020, that pretty much killed our business completely. We were no longer able to travel, no longer be able to be face-to-face with kids. And we had to pivot. And we had this little Amazon thing on the side for many years. And we decided to really step it up and put the pedal to the metal. And you can see there from the pictures, that's the result. We're making a full-time income out of this opportunity now. And it's not slowing down. It's going to continue to get better and better. And we're excited to be part of EBS and, learn from you guys and continue to keep learning. Even at the level that we're at right now, we see some big things happening here in the next year or two. Even, I don't know, it's exciting. It's really exciting to go this fast in such a short period of time. So we're looking forward to it.
To add to that, you have lifestyle freedom. You have a team of 5, I believe, that help run your business for you. Well, you and Carla have more of your time freed up. Is that correct?
That's correct. One of the biggest things that we found in doing this Amazon business is that we can get some of our time back. And we've added a lot of automation into our business so that I can do things like this, coach on calls or coach in live trainings, and I'm able to give back. So we employ people to do certain tasks that were taking up a lot of our time, and now we're building our business by increasing our employees and adding different layers of opportunities in this Amazon business. We might do different. You'll learn throughout the periods, throughout the times that you're in this business, but there's different platforms that you can increase your business and increase the amount of sales that you get. And we're looking into those things each and every time we add somebody onto our team. When we take something away from us and we have a team member do it or an employee do that, it frees up our time to spend that on other money-making opportunities. So yeah, the automation in this thing has been fantastic. It's not just me and my wife doing all of it. So that's huge.
That's the big game changer. Now stick with us, because some of you are going to have the opportunity to go into a separate Zoom room with him, a webinar, and spend some special time with Ed. He is one of our coaches, and he has set aside time to spend time with those of you who have an interest to move forward with us. So stick with us. You'll hear more from Ed. All right, here's Martha Fitzenmeyer. She says, this is the most exciting 30 days of my life. There she racked in $74,000, not for the year. That was in a single 30 days, and that was her 10th month in the business. Now, a little bit about this little system out there, this little shopping site that you may have heard of, Amazon. I'll bet you everybody here is shopping on Amazon. Well, here are the latest updates. Their 2020 sales exceeded all expectations. Their net profit soared to 84%, with sales hitting $386 billion. That was after 2020. Last Black Friday through Cyber Monday was Amazon's biggest shopping weekend ever. And Black Friday and Cyber Monday continues to put Amazon sellers in the lucky bucket. And that's what we're offering you, is your turn for a slice of the Amazon pie. You may have some pangs of regret. You know what? I should have listened to Ann sooner. Look what has happened to Ed in such short time. He's got 5 people helping to run his business. They continue to expand it, and he has time and financial freedom. It's definitely not too late. There is no saturation in this market. Shoppers are now buying more on Amazon than ever before. You can see from these stats, revenue more than double by 2025 as the retail business grows. New customers are flocking to Amazon with the ease of online buying. They added another 50 million Prime subscribers during the pandemic, and Amazon Prime memberships are at record levels. At least 2/3 of you are Prime members, because that's the stats for American households. That was 2 years ago. So it's got to be up higher than that. And we love Prime members because they spend more money and they buy more often. Well, here's what we found out through COVID. Number one, Americans love working from home. They got a taste of freedom. They didn't have to check to find out when they could use the bathroom or not, right? Number two, Americans have discovered they want and they can have more control of their life, family, and future. And number three, Americans love the convenience of home delivery. I'll bet you some of you are getting these boxes at your door today, or you're ordering today. All righty. So welcome, everybody. This is Ann Sieg, founder of the E-commerce Business School. I see lots more folks have rolled in today. Thank you so much for joining us during this Black Friday, Cyber Monday event. So here's what we're going to cover. Part A is the automated e-com business workshop. Number one, what is the Amazon arbitrage business model? By the way, get your pen, get your paper out. It's going to be a ton of information. Number two, The automation time frame, what can you expect? Number 3, the profit power of systems and outsourcing, which is what Ed is doing, right? Number 4, what products can you sell? And number 5, we're going to give you our free gift and demo of the profit projection calculator, because you may be wondering, how much investment do I need to reach my goals? And then there's optional part B, which is your opportunity to apply to our 90-day peak performance mentorship today. All right, so we want you to participate. We love interactions. We are all educators by heart. Everybody on my team has a heart for education and a love for people. So this is what it looks like inside the Zoom event that we're in. You can ask questions, answer questions, unmute. Actually, I don't know about that unmute part. I think, well, if you raise your hand, we can unmute you. Raise your hand. So those are the functions down below. This is where the chat function is, and that's really the most important. Can you all just go ahead and write in the chat right now so that I know you know how to use it? Because I'm going to be handing this off to Brian Cummings very shortly. And if you have questions, we've got people here to help support you. So go ahead and write in the chat box so that we know you know how to use that. All righty. Hey there. Good. Ursula. That's one of my names, believe it or not. Hey there, Greg, Kinsley, Karen, Charles, Stephanie. Hello, Stephanie, Marlene. Okay, Ubi, hi there. Okay, good deal. Lots of people. Go ahead and write in there. Thank you. That shows me you know how to use that. Now, we know a lot of people are in love with their phones and they like the mobility. So just know that you can turn and watch the screen. I've tested this myself and you can see it really well. And I've got a pretty small phone. And double tap the screen to show or hide your controls. Swipe left, right to mute or unmute, watch presentation, view participants. All right, we need to get trucking. So introducing Brian Cummings, here he was training with the e-commerce business school at the ASD trade show. It's the largest consumer goods trade show in the US. And we've been privileged and honored to teach there the last couple of events. So here we are with Brian showcasing the wonderful lifestyle as an Amazon seller, 13-year Amazon veteran seller. He loves the mobility of having that freedom to go wherever he wants, whenever he wants. Again, he is our director of training and coaching. He's created numerous courses and delivered 22 plus and counting workshops and events for the e-commerce business school, including a sourcing trip to China. Brian has gone on to do wholesale, private label liquidation, print on demand, and has trained extensively on all these methods. And his first 5 years is when he mastered the arbitrage method, generating a 6-figure income solely from the arbitrage method. Now, we have taught over 9,000 students in the last 8 years, the arbitrage method. It works just as good today as it did 8 years ago when we first started training people. So with that, I'm going to toss my screen over to Brian, who is in Northern California. Hey there, good morning to you, Brian.
Hello there, Anne, and everybody else. Let me get my screen on here. Okay, there we go. And of course, you can see the Terminator here, Mr. At that time, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, I got started selling in Amazon out of desperation. I was a neuromuscular therapist and had a very thriving practice that was built on workers' compensation, patients in workers' compensation. And the law change that he brought forth in the state of California made it so that I could not bill. And all of a sudden, my income was down by 2/3. I mean, like in a month or so, my income was down by 2/3. So I was scrambling to find another source of income just to make ends meet, and read a simple little book on selling used books on Amazon and looked around at my bookshelf, which you might be able to see back there. And I have all these texts, or at least I did at that time, and I put them up for sale on Amazon and they took off. I mean, they sold very, very well. And I've never turned back. I've been selling on Amazon all this time. So let's go into the training here. We're going to talk about the arbitrage business model, and specifically this business model on Amazon. So arbitrage is a term that comes from the financial services industry, like taking a stock or a bond or a currency and moving it from one marketplace to another marketplace where it has more value, and then you profit between the difference. And so this term has also been applied to selling physical products, specifically with Amazon. So you take a product, and we call it sourcing products. You'll hear me use that term quite a bit, to source products from retail stores like Walmart. And you could see a Mr. Cup coffee maker there. And that same exact Mr. Cup coffee maker sells for more money on Amazon. So that if you flip this product, you can make the difference or profit from the difference in price between the two marketplaces. And then to take that further is online arbitrage. And that's simply going to retail stores that are online, so they're online websites, to source products and comparing those products to Amazon. And here on the left-hand side, you can see this makeup palette from Beautylish, probably a website you've never heard of before, a business you've never heard of before. And yet this same product, which is on sale here for $16.80, is being sold on Amazon at the same time I took the screenshot for $43.99. So there's a big difference in price. And that's the arbitrage model on Amazon. Now there's a little more to it, because once you have sourced your products, you're going to be using Amazon's FBA program, Fulfillment by Amazon, where you send your products into Amazon's warehouses. That's what you see here. And then when somebody orders your product off of Amazon's website, then they'll fulfill it. They'll package it up and send it to the customer. And because it's been stored in their warehouse and fulfilled by Amazon, it's available to Amazon Prime customers. And I bet that at least half of you are Prime customers. Statistically, more than half of you are Prime customers here in the United States. And you know why you're Prime customers, even though you pay $119 a year for this privilege of being a Prime customer, you get things very, very quickly. And so Prime customers spend more money and they pay more for products too than non-Prime customers, or at least they're willing to pay more for products. We take advantage of that by using Amazon's FBA service. So we're going to talk about automation of the online arbitrage business. And there's three main processes to automating this business. There's sourcing, which again is finding those profitable products to sell on Amazon, and then prepping those products because they have to be prepared to Amazon specifications for their FBA warehouses. And then once they're up for sale, then we focus on how do we automate the selling, which is managing the product sales as well as managing our inventory there at Amazon. Let's talk about arbitrage product sourcing first and automating this. Remember, we're searching for low price products, and we can search from thousands of online stores and vendors. So you probably recognize on the right-hand side, barnesandnoble.com. But have you ever heard of LTD Commodities or USA Wholesale? There are many, many products like this from these websites that you've never heard of before. And we like to take advantage of that, in addition to the popular websites like Walmart.com. So to automate this process, there's three primary methods of product sourcing. And the first is arbitrage leads list. Leads lists are lists of profitable products. Somebody has found them and put them in a list, and then we'll offer this list, they'll sell it to third-party sellers like us, who wake up in the morning and we open our email and here's this leads list, and we look through the products on there and decide which ones of those that we want to order, and all the data that we need to determine where to order it and how much money we're going to make and how quickly it might sell. All of that data is on that leads list. So it's just something we simply pay for. Lists of profitable products to be sold on Amazon. The second method is to use manual internet search. And this is where you or a team member would go to a website, a store, and compare all those products to Amazon. And what you're looking at is it an exact match? Do I have the exact product? Can I make a profit selling this product? How many competitors are there? What's the customer demand for the product? The third method of product sourcing is to use automated software. And this does the same thing as manual internet search. It goes to all these different websites, although there's a limited number of websites that it can go to. And then it matches up those products. And based upon your criteria, it gives you a list of products that are supposed to be profitable. And I say supposed to be because the automated software has a long time yet, or a long distance to go to be developed properly. It returns mostly mismatches. It's not easy to use. They just need to put more work and time into it. So that's why we recommend these first two methods of arbitrage leads lists and manual internet search, because these can be easily automated or systematized. Now, manual internet search, you may be thinking, well, that's manually done. That's not automated. And yet, if you hire virtual assistants, these are skilled, trained employees or workers from overseas at highly reduced rates, then they can do this search for you. They can find profitable products. And in that regards, it's automated. You don't have to do the work. So the way it looks is that you wake up in the morning and you have a list of products, whether it comes from the arbitrage leads list or you have a virtual assistant that's finding you those products, and you look through the products, and we provide you with this particular spreadsheet that I've developed that has a color coding here: green, yellow, red. It gives you an idea at a glance which of the best products are there to order. These profit calculations are related to how strongly the product sells, the net profit, the profit margin, the return on investment. So you simply go through the list, decide which products are best for you, then you place orders for them, and you can send them, if you wish, directly to a prep service, which is going to take us to that next method that we want to automate. That's FBA prep. But this is the way we would systematize the online arbitrage business. So I have a question for you. A little quiz here. I have a couple of questions for you as I go through the workshop. I'd like to know, as you're thinking about this process of how am I going to do this when I make this work, will you be, when you first get started, doing the search for products yourself, manually searching for those products? Or will you perhaps purchase leads lists? Or number three, will you hire a VA product researcher? So you're going to say, well, okay, at first, as I'm learning this, I want to do it all myself. Or I'm just going to purchase those leads lists and make it easy. Number three would be hiring that product researcher. I don't have to do the work at all. I'm just going to hire it out, outsource it. So if you put 1, 2, or 3, and I can see that Marcia has said all 3. Ann, do you want to read some of these off?
Sure. Yep. Lynn says 3. We got 1, 2, and 3 from James. Azeda says 3. All says Terry. Karen says 1. Ubi 2. And we got 2, 1, 3 in that order. Pedro 1, 2, 3. Mona 1. Aberdam 3. And Talmaj 1. Charles 2, 1, 3. Fairwat 2 and 3. Julie, hello 1 and 2. All right, keep writing in your replies. Thank you, everybody.
So you could see that there's a wide variety, and there isn't any right answer. You can do it any of these ways or all of these ways. As some people have said, I want to do it all. And it's really up to you and how quickly you want to move through the business, how quickly you want to build that business, how quickly you want to outsource it. So that's up to you. I have a couple more questions as we go along that are similar to this. And I just want to see how you're thinking about being that entrepreneur selling arbitrage products on Amazon. Let's talk about that second process, which is product prep for Amazon. This is where you prepare the products for Amazon's FBA warehouses. And you can see right here on the left-hand side, I think that's a package of socks, and it's in a poly bag, and there's a label on it. And Amazon gives you or has you print out a special label that you put on there that has identification code that tells Amazon that's your product. So whatever fulfillment warehouse it ends up within, they know where to go find your product, and they can send that to the customer once it's been ordered. And you can use a prep center, which we're seeing here in a warehouse. Let me tell you a little more about that. 2 methods of product prep for Amazon FBA. One is to do self-prep. This is a picture, by the way, of Candy. Candy came to work for me, 13 years ago. And she's been, working for me ever since. And at that time, if you recall, I was selling used books. So here she is in my garage, packaging up books and getting them ready to send off to Amazon FBA. Well, now 13 years later, there's Candy right again. In fact, Candy has married my stepson, so she's part of our family. This is Kaylin, and I have several staff members. It's no longer in my home. This is out in a office, about 1,000 square feet office, and we have production here of my brand, of my products. And so they fulfill the Amazon FBA prep. The other way to do this is to completely get it out of your house, to completely outsource it, and you would use an FBA prep service. This is a professional company that will receive your products, and for a very small fee, about $1.50 a unit, will prep those products and send them on to Amazon. So here's a picture of one of the recommended prep centers and their staff in their warehouse. And the advantage of doing this with online arbitrage is that you have to order the products and have them sent to you. It's just as easy to have them sent to a prep service instead of you receiving them. And this way, you never even have to touch the product. You order it, it goes directly to the prep service, they prep it and send it on to Amazon on your behalf. Let's talk about the third method here, which is managing product sales and inventory. So your products have arrived at Amazon's FBA warehouses. Now they are up for sale on the website and customers are starting to order the products. Amazon gives you some free software. They call it Seller Central, and all third-party sellers like us have this Seller Central software. It's available on a computer or on a smartphone, and you can manage your entire store from here. You manage all your inventory, the placement of your inventory, the reordering of the receiving that inventory, which orders you should order, customer communications, your sales, all of that is handled through Amazon Seller Central. Now, this is already a way to automate the process, but you can take this further. There's two additional automation methods for Seller Central. And one is to use some advanced software that's listing and reporting software. Now, this gives you additional information that's not available from Seller Central, and it speeds up the process of listing the products as well as the reporting, which will help you understand the profitability of your business and which products are selling most quickly. And it has an added bonus that if you're using a prep center, many of the prep centers will use the same exact software. And so it's like a whole interface into your account. They can put the items into your account for you. In other words, they can list them on Amazon, as well as managing or more of an automation around the shipment into Amazon's warehouses. The other software that you can use to further automate your business is called Repricing Software. You see this box right here? That's the buy box on Amazon. So if you've ever purchased on Amazon before, you've used this buy box. You click the add to cart button or the buy now button, and then you get to buy the product from the offer that's shown in that buy box. Well, imagine that you're looking at a product that has 10 different sellers on it. Only one seller is going to get the majority of the sales. That's the seller that's in that buy box. That's being featured by Amazon in that buy box. And repricing software will do two things for you. One, it'll more effectively move your price up and down to match the other pricing on Amazon, but also retain your profitability. And it'll reprice it in such a way that you're more likely to be that offer in the buy box, to be featured by Amazon in that buy box, which means you sell your products faster. So it's faster as well as retaining more profit for you. And you won't need either of these two softwares right away. This is something that once your business gets going, you'll implement one, then you'll implement the next one, but you don't need it right off the bat. This is a method of scaling your business. We'll talk more about scale in a moment. Let's speak to the time frame of doing this. So the first part of it, we're going to call the business foundation stage, and that would be your first 90 days. And I want to kind of liken this to building a starter home. So you're building a starter business now, and you want to put all the foundation of your business, make sure that it works completely. Well, just like a starter home, when you finish that starter home, It's a completely working home. It's got the bathroom and bedroom and kitchen and running water and utilities. It's got everything there that you need. It may be small, but it perfectly runs and you can live in it. And the same will be true of your business in 90 days. You'll have a business that is sourcing products, that is prepping products, that is managing the sales and inventory. You'll be having sales and buying more inventory in that period of time. And these are the kinds of things that you'll be doing in that 90 days. You'll set up your business and your seller accounts, your seller account with Amazon. You'll master profitable product evaluation. And that's the skill of understanding how much a product is likely to make you in profit and how many to order. Then you'll learn how to source those products, how to purchase them, prep them for Amazon FBA, and you'll learn as well how to watch over your Amazon store with Amazon Seller Central. And within this 90 days as well, you'll begin to automate this. You'll start looking at how do I handle product pricing and sales, as well as hiring a virtual assistant to source those products for you so that you don't have to be doing all that sourcing. If you chose number one, manual internet sourcing in that quiz of ours, well, within 90 days, you'll be handing that over, certainly to a leads list service, but as well as a virtual assistant. That's what we want you to do, is to hire a virtual assistant in that first 90 days, get that automation started. Now, beyond this 90 days, what comes next? This is where we call the business scale phase. And scale simply means to build a business larger than the amount of time that you have to put in it. In other words, you don't double your time to double your business. You start to scale it so it builds beyond your time spent in the business. And you do this through outsourcing and automation. So you'll be doing things like expanding into gated categories, as well as gaining approval for restricted brands. Gated categories are categories that Amazon doesn't want you to sell in right away as an absolute beginner, like categories like automotive, health and beauty, and groceries. They want you to get your feet wet and get some experience first. And that's true of some brands. There'll be some popular brands you won't be able to sell, but you'll learn how to get ungated in those categories, how to gain approval to sell those brands. And that starts to put you ahead of other beginning sellers, because now you'll be able to sell things that they can't sell. So not everybody on Amazon ever does this. Not everybody goes through and gets approved for gated categories or approved for restricted brands, but you'll be doing that as you scale your business. You may also choose to open wholesale accounts. And arbitrage products are frequently highly discounted. They're on the discount clearance shelf. And so we get great net profit margins, great return on investment numbers from our arbitrage products. Typically it's better than wholesale products. But wholesale products, meaning that you go to a wholesaler or you call them up and you say, hey, send me some more of those. That's a very simple process to reorder again and again and again. So that may be something you'll choose to do. You may also choose to hire a second virtual assistant product researcher, as well as hiring a virtual assistant store manager. So now as you outsource all those routine tasks and activities in your business, you become more and more of the business owner, the business manager, the CEO of your business. And then at that point, and I've got 180 days here, give or take. You can do this at your own pace. You can stop right here at this point if you want to and just sell like this, or you can grow even further. So maybe at the end of your first year, into your second year, you'll get into what we might think of as business expansion. And this is where you would put on those additional wings, or the mother-in-law house in the back, or buy a second house and a third house. You can do these things. You'll be focusing on implementing systems in your business. You may choose to bring new products to Amazon, and as well as creating your own brand. That's something that I've chosen to do. I have a brand of drinkware on Amazon called Stir Crazy Gifts. And I even do a little bit of custom manufacturing, or you might choose to engage a manufacturer in China and have products made to your own specifications. Those are all things that you can do in the expansion phase, which leads us to the second quiz here. So now you're thinking about the timeline and the amount of money that you would like to make on Amazon. I'd like to know what your profit goals are for your Amazon e-commerce business. I'd like to know if it's one, just a side hustle, perhaps enough for a car payment or a house payment, or maybe like number two, you want to replace your current income. And three, you've got to go beyond that. You want to build a business and you can hand it down to your family members or perhaps even cash out. So what's your long-term profit goals here for your Amazon e-commerce business? Number one, two, or three? Enough for a side hustle, car payment in a house, or maybe replacing your current income, building a business, cashing out.
Twos, threes, twos and threes, 2 to 3 for my legacy. Number three, 2 and 3. I want to retire early and redeem my time. Okay, numbers are pouring in. I can't keep up with it. 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Not too many ones. Some. Okay.
There's Marcia Scott being very specific. Build a business making $30,000 profit per month. So most of the people here are in 2s and 3, replacing their income or building a business, cashing out. Either way is fine. And you can obviously do that with your Amazon business. Amazon is so big, so vast, that there's a lot more that you can do than just arbitrage. Arbitrage is where you need to start because that's how you learn best on selling on Amazon. Let me give you a business case here for hiring a virtual assistant. It's something that we want you to do. We want you to outsource in your business. Really think of this from the place of being an entrepreneur, being a CEO. And a business case would be, well, how much profit can a VA product researcher bring you? So I want to describe this to you. You're going to hire a virtual assistant from overseas, somewhere between, let's say, $2.50 an hour to $5 an hour. That's very, very typical. I typically start somebody out in my business at $100 a week for 40 hours of work. So that's $2.50 an hour. Now, they'll be, as a product researcher, finding profitable products. They'll be searching through all these websites, comparing the products to Amazon. And then when they find those profitable products, they'll be adding them into a spreadsheet where you'll then do the ordering for the product. You can train them to do ordering, but at first, what your product researcher is doing is just finding products for you. This is what you could expect here from a trained, skilled product researcher. They should be able to source one product per hour for you. Remember, they're scouring internet websites and comparing those products to Amazon. It is a tedious task. It's not something that I particularly enjoy doing. You might enjoy it, but I'm going to hire it out. And I'm going to hire it out to somebody that has some skill at doing this. And there's certainly hundreds of virtual assistants out there that can do this at any particular time that are available. You'll see that when you go to hire a virtual assistant. There's many to choose from. So a good virtual assistant can source one product per hour. And of those products that they give you, you probably won't want to order all of them. But let's say that 80% of the products that they give you are winning products, meaning that they meet your specifications and they are worth ordering. They're profitable products. And because we're asking you to start out slow, learn the business, you're going to order just 5 units per product. So you're going to be conservative in ordering. Now, the average selling price of a product can be around $35 on Amazon. That's a particularly good sweet spot. And at that, you might make 25% profit margin. That's a typical profit margin. And your VA is going to work 50 weeks per year and take a couple of weeks off. So if you do the math on this, if you just add up all these numbers, this is what it looks like. VA profit potential here. So 40 products, this is per week. And you're going to order 80% of those. So that's 32 products per week. At 5 units per product means you're ordering 160 units per week. Now, if you multiply that by that $35 selling price, that equals $5,600 in sales. And we take 25% of that as our profit margin. That's $1,400 in net profit. Remember, they're working for you for 50 weeks a year. So that potentially could bring in $70,000 in annual profit from one virtual assistant researcher. Now, you may other VAs do other parts of your business. That's totally fine, like ordering, or you may have a prep service. But this one employee could be responsible for $70,000 of profit in your business. And of course, you don't have to stop at one. I know Ed has several VAs on his team, as I do in my business. So this is a case for outsourcing in your business. This is the third quiz, last quiz for you. Now that you've thought this through about what type of method you might use for sourcing and the type of goals that you have, the profit goals, I'd like to know, how quickly do you intend to automate your e-commerce business? Any speed that you go at is okay. And this is 3 typical ways that some people will go at it. Some people want to learn and master all the processes in the business before they ever outsource. They want to learn and master it all. Number 2 would be people that would learn a process and then outsource it. Learn a process, outsource one step at a time. And number 3, those are people that they're an entrepreneur at heart. They jump right in, they understand the business model and outsource each process in their business. So 1, 2, or 3.
Lots and lots of 3s rolling in, a 1 and a 2 there, some 2s rolling in, 2 again, 2 and 3, 3, 2. All righty, leaning in towards the 2 and 3, I would say.
Okay, very good. And we see this typically, that people that show up for our business trainings really are entrepreneurs at heart. They want to build an automated business, a non-owner reliant business. So I'm really glad that you're here. And if number 1 is your style, and remember, this is how you get started in your business, that's totally fine too. We want you to be comfortable and do this at your own pace. Okay, I'm going to go through and explain this, and let me use my slides to explain this. In fact, I'm going to jump right here. Okay, there we go. So this online arbitrage profit projection calculator looks like what I just showed you there. This is the calculator here, and let me explain the different tools here. The top bar, this is the amount that you intend to spend for sellable inventory, and it's a slider bar, and it's in $1,000 increments. So what we're trying to determine here is, if I want to make a certain amount of money, how many dollars do I have to invest in inventory? So once that sells, I have reached my net profit goals. So if you're one of those that say, I want to earn $5,000 a month to replace my current income, this tool can tell you. Or if you're like Marcia, who says, I want $30,000, then this tool will tell you what you have to invest in products to make that $30,000 a month. So the slider bar is the amount that you're investing in products. The next slot right here, these 3 informational pieces right here, this has to do with a variable. This one's called average item cost. This is the amount that you're paying for the product compared to the amount that it sells for on Amazon. So we're typically buying discounted products. And I put in here 40% of the selling price. And that's a very typical starting place for Amazon for the arbitrage business model. That means that if you're selling a product for $100, you're paying $40 for it. If you're selling a product for $25, you'd be paying $10 for it. That's what that 40% means. Now, every business has some fixed expenses. This would be software subscriptions, shipping supplies, and such. Every business has fixed expenses, and they naturally grow as you start to scale, start to build your business. And then the third part is Amazon fees. And 33% is a very typical amount for Amazon fees. And this seems like it is a lot. And yet Amazon's doing a lot for us. Remember the inventory warehousing from FBA? Remember how they will store your products and then pack them and ship them. They collect the money. They even handle the majority of customer communications for you. And what they charge is typically about 33%. Now, in the training that comes with this, there's tips here on how you can reduce all 3 of these factors so it increases your net profit. And I'll show you an example of what that might look like. Below this are your gross sales, that once that inventory spends or sales, That's the gross sales that you get, your net profit, profit margin, your return on investment. This is the money that you get to keep right here. And that net profit that you see right here, that's yours after all expenses. After you paid for the product, after your fixed expenses, after your Amazon fees, that's yours to keep. So let's do a demonstration of this. Here we go. Okay. And I've got $1,000 in here just to start it out. At a 40% average item cost, remember you're paying about 40% of what the product's going to sell for. We're going to start off small. You're going to have about $50 in fixed expenses. And as I mentioned here, our Amazon fees would be about 33%. So that would realize once that $1,000 of product sells, you would have $2,500 in gross sales and $625 in net profit. That's a 25% profit margin. Remember how I told you that's very typical on Amazon? And then a return on investment, that would be for every dollar that you invest in products, you get 62% or 62.5 cents in money back on that $1,000 investment. That's profit there, that return on investment. So if we make this larger, let's double that to $2,000. We're now spending $2,000 on products. Our item costs will remain the same, but our fixed expenses are going to go up a little bit, maybe $100 now. So you could see that we have gross sales of $5,000, a net profit of $1,250. So this is where you start thinking, okay, now if I want to replace, let's say my car payment and have a little extra, about $1,250 a month in net profit, I might have to invest $2,000 a month into products. That's the way you think about this. And we've given this spreadsheet to you or this calculator to you so you can determine that for yourself. Let's take an amount here. How many people would like to make $5,000 net profit? Anybody there? And this is initially getting started with your business. Want to do 5,000. What would that take here? Do we have any guesses? How much would you have to spend in inventory to get this net profit up to $5,000? Any guesses?
Just
I'll
write
wait
in
a
the
moment.
chat. Yep, just write in the chat. And what do you think to reach that? Anybody?
Okay, that's it.
Here we
That's
go.
debt. I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, but he says $20,000. Valentine says $7,000. Grace says $15,000. Karen says $4,000. Great guesses. I know it is. So I'm going to bump it up here. I'm going to bring it all the way up to $8,000. Now, I need to tell you, when you are sourcing $8,000 of products, you're probably not doing that sourcing yourself. Let's say you've now hired a virtual assistant and just part-time. That's what it would take, is to hire a part-time virtual assistant. You're going to have some other overhead. So your overhead may be around $400 a month at this point. And you can see that I hit the nail right on the head here. $20,000 of gross sales, $5,000 in profit. For those of you that are thinking bigger, let's just double that. So if we go to 16,000, and then you're now getting regular purchases and sending that product into Amazon, doing that regularly every week, sending in a big shipment or two. Your expenses are going to be a little higher, maybe about $600. And you can see this is where you start to get into 5 figures a month at this level of your business. So your profit margin remains about the same. It's a little higher return on investment. But let me show you one other thing here. Let me show you something else. If you use one of our tools here, something we teach called discount stacking, and that's where you use coupon codes and gift cards to reduce the amount that you spend on that inventory. Just reduce it by 10%. So I'm going to drop this to 36% here. And when I do, I want you to watch this net profit, how much that changes. If I put 36 in there, that's going to jump that net profit up to $13,000. So from 10.2 to almost 13.2. We didn't do anything different. We purchased the same products, a little bit more of them, but we used discount stacking as a tool to buy more products with our money. We didn't spend any more money, but we were able to get more of them, and that increases our net profit. And if you do the same thing, perhaps with your Amazon fees, there's some very simple ways to reduce them to about as low as 22, 23, 24%. We're just going to drop 10% of our fees down to 30%. And you can see now that our net profit jumps all the way up to 14.5. We're not spending any more money, but yet we can smartly use these tools and increase our net profit exponentially because of using those tools. So Ann, I have two other things I could show people if you'd like.
Yeah, I think if we loop back to the slides about the products.
Yep, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Oop, I went too far. Right there. Okay. I'm going to jump right back here. These are some frequently asked questions, two frequently asked questions here. What products can I sell on Amazon? And Amazon has about two-thirds of a billion products actively for sale at any particular time on Amazon. Now, many of those are not going to be profitable products that you want to sell, but look at the variety here. So there's products like that Beautylish makeup foundation, that eyeshadow. Here is a irrigation adapter that comes from Ace Hardware. You could see the profit on this one would be $17.71. This one is $7.64. That's per unit. Here's a tumbler from a company called Boscov's, probably one you've never heard of before. It's a general store, and they sell a lot of discounted products. This is a door knocker from Hobby Lobby, and the seller got creative. They had to buy two of these and put them in a two-pack. So that it makes the profit, it gets the selling price up around $18, and it makes the profit worthwhile on this product. Here's a sharpening steel at Bed Bath & Beyond. That's a net profit of about $13. This is a camping tablecloth from Camping World. So these is just a variety of products. You'll find all different kinds of products when you do arbitrage. And one of the advantages of this is that you'll stumble into products that you'll eventually say, hey, I want to focus on that. I want to specialize in those products. And that's what's helped me develop those product lines that I want to develop. I learned how to do that by selling arbitrage products because of the wide variety of products that I was selling. The other question we get is, how do I know what to sell on Amazon? And we don't guess. We use data, hard data from Amazon to give us an edge up, I guess you could say, on the competition. Amazon will tell us what the demand for the product is. It's in something called the sales range, and it's on every product page. You've seen it before, but you probably didn't even know what you were looking at. That's the amount of demand or the popularity for the product. We also want to look at the product quality. You probably do that too as a savvy buyer on Amazon. You buy products that have a good, healthy star rating of 4 or 5 stars. Products that have a poor star rating, poor review rating on Amazon have more returns. They cost more money to sell. Selling price and net profit. This is the Amazon Seller app. It's a tool that you get with your Amazon Seller Central and your membership or your selling account with Amazon. And it tells you what your fees are going to be from Amazon. So once that product sells, after you reduce your fees as well as your cost for the product, you have an idea of what the product is going to make you in net profit. And this will tell you the number of direct competitors. And your competitors mainly will be the other FBA sellers. Remember those products that are prime products, that's going to be your main competition. So it's a much smaller set of sellers on Amazon. And this will tell you how many competitors you're competing for that buy box. So when you take this data, you can roughly estimate how many units you might sell in any particular time, as well as your net profit per unit. So those are the two main questions that we hear from people. You're going to have more questions, I'm certain of it. And we're going to take more time to address those questions here shortly. So Anne, let me hand this back over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. So earlier I sent the link for everyone to get the complimentary calculator. Did everybody see that? Otherwise I can repost that. So let us know. If you scroll up, you'll find it, but I can repost it so that you can have that. And there's a video that's on that page as well, so you can study that more on your own. Oh, okay. People are asking for that. So let me grab that again. And then what we're going to do is go to a Q&A, which I do see. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you helping me there. Okay. So someone just had a question about the returns. Here we go. Is there any impact due to consumer returns on the profit margin of this process?
Yep, as there is in any retail business. So you've seen that at Walmart and Costco. In fact, people like to buy from Costco because they know if they don't like the product, they can return it fairly easy. The same is true with Amazon, especially FBA. Typically about 2% is the returns that you could expect. You build it into your profit margins like we all do, all stores do. So yeah, there is a little bit of returns, and that's just built into the margins.
All righty, perfect. All righty, people are saying they received the link. All right, so this is our Q&A time before we turn the corner into part 2, but definitely feel free, and you're very welcome. Basan, you're very welcome. So let us know, put any questions in the chat box, and we're more than happy to help address those. And by the way, there'll be a second Q&A after we go through part B. So if more questions pop in your head, just jot them down, put them in the chat, because we love sharing this information. Okay, great. So how much percentage do we lose on return as a seller?
Hey, Ed, are you able to address that? How much percentage do we lose as return on a seller?
Well, I don't know if I've ever tracked the percentage, but when I buy a set of products, I kind of account for any types of returns that I might get on that. So if I get one return out of, let's say I buy 4 to 6 items, then the profits that I'll make on the other items will cover any kind of return that comes back to me. So again, I don't know of a percentage. I don't know if you've ever tracked percentages, but I just always account for the fact that there will be returns, and I have to account for that.
Yeah, and I've always counted the percentage of products that are returned, about 2%. So, most of the returns you can resell, and Amazon will repackage them or put them up for sale automatically for you. So sometimes you never even think about a return in that way. It just comes back and then it goes out to another customer.
All right. Stanley has a question. Can I sell my personal sports apparel brand?
You can. That's one of the wonderful things about Amazon, is that you can build a whole empire around your brand if you wish. However, it's not the first thing I would suggest you do. It can be tricky because there's some advertising and some keyword research that you need to do, how to properly set up a product page, your photos. There's a lot to it. And so you want to learn, you want to cut your teeth on Amazon on existing products, because when you bring a brand new product to Amazon, there's no guarantee at all that that product will sell. You see, that's with Arbitrage. We're not selling unknown products. We're only selling proven products that are typically in the top 1, 2, 3% of sellers on Amazon. We don't bother with all those slow sellers. We're not doing that. So when you bring a new product to Amazon, it takes a while to get the ball rolling. It costs some money. You have to do it right. And Arbitrage is a great way to learn all the fundamental skills that you need to be selling on Amazon.
All righty, perfect. Kathy, what software do you recommend? And is there training for the programs? Yes. Part B will be going into that, talking about the program and how it is you actually execute on this. So thank you for that, Kathy. And we'll just answer one more question here. Valentine, along with selling on Amazon, can you speak to the selling on Walmart Marketplace?
I personally haven't sold on Walmart, but I've definitely sold on Marketplace. And remember those returns that I couldn't sell? That's a great place to actually sell, is right, to sell those returns on Marketplace. You know, you have the products on hand, and if you want to open selling accounts in other marketplaces, you can certainly do that. In fact, you can even use Amazon's FBA program to fulfill those products that you sell on other marketplaces. So on eBay, I typically sell a few of my hot sellers on eBay every Christmas time. And then I use Amazon to fulfill that for me so I don't have to do that fulfillment. You can do the same with that. Amazon's going to be the largest source for you, the largest sales source by far, much bigger than Walmart, much bigger than eBay, all of those others combined. Amazon is the big, mighty gorilla. And last Christmas, they had more than 50% of holiday gift sales than all other online sales combined. We're talking everything. All those other websites, Amazon had more than 50% of sales.
Yep, it's the big beast. It's where to start because they have the established Prime Shopper program that grew by 50 million as a result of COVID, and people have been habituated into buying on Amazon. All right, what we're going to do is ask for you to please rate our workshop on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best and 1 being, well, that little sad face at the bottom. All righty. So if you can go ahead and give us that rating, and to answer Mary Ruth, the link was sent through the chat box. We didn't actually send it out through email to the calculator. Okay, wow, 10s and 10s and 10s and 10s and 9, 10s and 10s and 10s and 10s, Brian. Oh, Pamela. Hello, Pamela. We got an 8 there, a 10, 10. Wow, an absolute outpouring of 10s. Marcia says, I love it.
Yep,
okay.
There's some familiar faces here. Welcome, everybody. Glad to see those of you that have been part of our community in one way or the other for quite some time.
Thank you so much. And I really have to tip my hat to Brian, who is such a thoughtful trainer, he's phenomenal at the whole linear thinking process and laying everything out in a very understandable way. And so I really thank Brian for the workshop material so that was so clear and understandable to everybody. All right, we're going to shift into part B, but first what we've covered so far is automated e-commerce business workshop. We talked about what is the Amazon arbitrage business model. We talked about the automation timeframe. We talked about the power of systems and outsourcing. We talked about what products can you sell, and you've all been gifted the free gift and demo of the profit projection calculator. So if you want to stick around, we're going to cover optional part B. And this is your special one-time opportunity to apply to our highly proven mentorship platform. In 90 days, we help you set up an automated e-commerce business, and we hold your hand every step of the way. And this is mostly for those who want to get to your goals as quickly as possible, and or you have life-changing income in mind. All right, so announcing our Black Friday, Cyber Monday 4-day special offer. We're announcing the formation of a special class. Pardon me 1 second, I gotta clear my throat. Getting over a little nasty bug. All right, so announcing the formation of a special class to set you up now for a bright 2022. This is your opportunity. We're forming a class that's starting in early December, the Turbo 12, and this is your 90-day sprint with e-commerce acceleration on steroids. So 90-day e-commerce peak performance mentoring, and we will move starting in December and move all the way to the end of February and give yourself that good hearty boost into the marketplace as an Amazon seller and where you could be by next year. Ed sharing his story, having 5 people running his business for him. He's hitting 50 plus sales months now, and Q4 is looking spectacular. That can be you too, for you to crush it in 2022. So here's how this works. Built on the platform of e-commerce acceleration, our 90-day e-commerce peak performance mentoring program is the ultimate hand-holding empowerment system, utilizing a combination of group coaching, high-level mentoring, and training at our live events. This is the ultimate hold you by the hand, keep you accountable, fast track to cash flow, success, and automation. So here's what you step into with your e-commerce acceleration membership is our training and community empowerment through e-commerce acceleration and the 90-day peak performance mentoring. So first off, your business in a box. Part 1 is step-by-step details on how to source online successfully. So number 1, you're going to shop for profitable products on the internet. Number 2, you're going to place your orders and prep and send them to Amazon FBA. Number 3, you have to track your inventory and your sales on Amazon. And number 4 is the best part. Rinse and repeat, evaluate your profits, and order more products. So that's the whole arbitrage sourcing method that comes in your business in a box, a proven blueprint. Part 2 is the step-by-step training to help you hire the best possible virtual assistant for your business. Eliminate the painful headaches of the tedious hiring process. Instead, here you receive everything to make you a hiring pro. You will receive the VA Online Researcher job post. This has been vetted, proven, tested with hundreds of members with great success. The VA interview questionnaire, how do you interview them? The workers' agreement, the initial test assignment and cover letter. Yes, they're going to have to go through a test. Okay. Over on the right there, the online arbitrage research instructions. They're going to learn directly from us, our specialty method, and the online arbitrage research training video. That is all in your business in a box through the e-commerce acceleration membership. Here's Ken Anderson. He says, I am blown away by the depth, the width, and the details presented in an easy to follow at your own pace and pleasant way. So our full-on mentorship is so thorough and so comprehensive, no one can say they didn't get the help they needed. Kevin Beard Sr. here with Kevin Beard Jr., his son. He says, this is mentoring that I've never seen anything like. It's hard to impress me, I gotta say, because I'm old school. Basically, he too had his business, his career as a hotel manager, wiped out during COVID. His family was employed by him. He oversaw 18 departments, firing one family after the other, and then he had to fire himself. And along came the e-commerce business school and completely revitalized their family. All right, so let's dive into the specifics here. Number 1, you're going to receive our weekly serial one-on-one group coaching through our proprietary peak performance mentoring. It's going to be in a Zoom call, just like we are now, except you're going to all be able to be on camera during your training and coaching sessions. Your weekly attendance to your mentoring sessions will be tracked and progress monitored as you work through the 3 phases of the 90-day peak performance mentoring package. You will work your plan, or pardon me, plan your work and work your plan with expert guidance using step-by-step checklists and tracking sheets of your performance and results. You'll measure your results and stay on track with expert oversight. I want to make one point very abundantly clear. What you pay for with mentorship is mitigating all the rookie mistakes that can be very, very costly. Brian knows, he's seen it with friends where you gave advice and they didn't follow it. And that is to their peril when you don't take the advice and follow it. So what mentorship affords you is you making a massive jump forward through all the effort and the experience that your mentors will be providing you. We will walk you through the steps to find, hire, and train a highly productive team of virtual assistants that helps build your business for you. Now, in today's workshop, you learned that one quality VA can translate into $70,000 in profit per year. If I were you folks, and I gotta tell you, this is one of my most commonly used business tools. I've got poor eyesight now. You guys should be whipping out your calculators. I don't know how many VAs Ed now has, but these numbers come straight from our trainers. $70,000 in profit per year. Who can say that about your average employee? So this is well worth the effort to make this happen. And that's a $4,997 for your peak performance mentoring. Number two, you're going to receive 3 one-on-one private technical coaching sessions specifically for you. Get personal help and guidance to source higher profit products and more of them. Learn the exact strategies that the coaches use in their own businesses to outperform other sellers. Our suite of certified coaches all have automated Amazon businesses with systems and teams to run their businesses for them. Each coaching session is valued at $1,000. So $3,000 value just for those one-on-one coaching sessions. Number three, you're going to receive our 8 group arbitrage coaching calls every month. Are you starting to see what a wide net of support that we provide for you? This is 17 years of experience in the online training space. That's what the culmination of this training and mentorship is. Now, if you can't make the call, no worries. You can submit your question in advance, and a certified coach will answer it in the call. All the calls are recorded and archived, and our members love this. Peak students love our small group coaching sessions. Donald here says every session, there are multiple takeaways worth writing down and adding in. He says, Brian's training is very detailed and helpful, taking you step by step. I used to teach students, but I've never been like Brian. Incredible. $2,997 value for the small group coaching calls. Number 4, you're going to gain access to our private group mastermind for our e-commerce acceleration members. This is a very, very interactive group. People are sharing together all day long. And I see that our beloved Pamela is here with us today. And she has sent me a private note saying, Ann, there is no one to compare with what you provide to your mastermind group. The kind of care and attention and kindness that is shown in this group is so unique and sets us apart. So that's a $2,997 value for that. Number 5 is our ongoing daily Monday through Friday access to our highly popular entrepreneurial mindset training series. And that is your 10-day accountability boot camp with Coach Kurt, a $1,997 value. Number 6, you'll also receive our 2-day online shopping profit system workshop. It's coming up in January. You'll receive a ticket to the live workshop plus recordings of the most recent workshop. And I think this gentleman, I could be wrong, but I think he's here in attendance with us today. Hello, Pedro. All righty, so Greg and Grace Hansen, what they have to say. Having been in the insurance business for the past 30 years, I have attended many seminars and workshops, but none so filled with hands-on information and advice like the 2-day arbitrage workshop. We can't thank you and the EBS team enough as having helped us through this process that we probably would not have achieved on our own. A $1,997 value for the workshop. One of my favorites is our ongoing monthly student success calls, where members share their successes and inspire others. You receive takeaway tips, techniques, mindset, etc., from others sharing their wins. And every peak student sharing a success story receives an EBS gift. So some members have a whole wide swath of gifts. They're getting double mugs and t-shirts and tote bags. These are incredibly powerful calls. They're the 3rd Friday of every month. So a $997 value. So our proprietary peak performance mentorship is designed for members who have the time, the focus, and the will. The most important part is the will to get the job done. You will need a no excuses attitude in order to succeed in our program. If you feel you have what it takes to succeed, we want to offer you the unique opportunity to kickstart your success through a one-time offer with very special pricing, first ever today for Black Friday, and special bonuses. So here is Lori. She says, thank you for all the amazing training and encouragement we have received from the coaches in this group. This is the real deal. Keep pushing forward. She pulled in 200,000 in a year. Here's Layla Brown. She says, I met my goal to join the 50K club. Thank you so for all the ongoing knowledge and wisdom from the EBS coaches and members. Circled in red, 50,000, by the way. She's a medical professional in a high-level position. She's an administrator. And I'm just going to say, we're getting a lot of people from the medical industry. I'll showcase some more success stories later on. All right, so I would like for you to do me a big, big favor and write in your comment here. The 90-day peak performance mentoring is exactly what I need. Please rate your interest on a scale of 1 to 10. As you can see, there's a lady over there at 10. It's been life-changing for people. And a 1, I don't think you would still be in the call with me, but go ahead and give us a rating, please. All right, we got 10s and 10s and 10s and 9, a 10, a 10, a 10, a 10, a 9. A 10, a couple of 8s, a 9, and a 10, another 10, a 9. Thank you, everybody. You guys have been so wonderfully interactive today. It's kind of a really nice group. Must have been all that wonderful turkey dinner everybody had yesterday. Thank you, Mary Rue. All right, so thank you so much, everyone, for your feedback. Feedback is indeed the breakfast of champions. So we appreciate all your inputs so that we can continue to be the industry's premier full-on support training and mentorship community. So I'm going to recap everything that you received. The e-commerce acceleration membership and your 90-day peak performance mentoring. Number 1 is your business in a box at a $2,997 value. Number 2 is your 90-day peak performance mentoring, your pathway to the automated income. That's what really sets this offer apart. Nobody's teaching this, how to start your business on day 1 for it to be set up to be automated. Because that is what we saw as the biggest problem with people, is when they were too overwhelmed with tasks. And that's what led us to create 90-day peak performance mentoring. Been a complete game changer for our members. Number 3 is your 3 one-on-one technical coaching sessions. Number 4 is the 2 weekly small group coaching calls. That's 8 coaching calls per month. Number 5 is your private mastermind group for our peak performance members. Must have value. Pamela is here, and I know she can speak to that. Number 6 is your 90 days of unlimited Monday through Friday weekly mindset training series. Number 7 is the 2-day online shopping profit system live workshop. And number 8 is the unlimited monthly peak student success sessions. I love for members to keep showing up. I tell people bring in Kleenex because we end up in tears every time from so many amazing success stories. Now, I want to make something really clear. So listen up, everybody. After the 90 days, your peak performance mentoring sessions end. All right. That's what ends after 90 days. However, you have constant ongoing access to your back office training system, the business in a box. You're going to need it, and you don't pay another dime for it. Likewise, for our private mastermind group, you're going to need it. We don't block you out of that. You have continued access. We have members who've been in there. Like I say, we've been training for 8 years. So we have longtime members in our private mastermind group, and you have continued access to that. The small group coaching, that will be an option. If you want to continue that, you'll be able to go into the advanced group. All right. And that's optional. And there's a monthly fee for that because all our trainers are highly, highly valuable. They have all achieved an automated Amazon business. So they are paid as professionals. And that's why we have the monthly, that you make a decision after the 90 days if you see the value to continue with that. Does that make sense to everybody? I want to make that clear. You can give me a yes, 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 yes. That'd be wonderful, because that's really important that you understand that. So again, we're forming a new class that's starting today, this afternoon, and we're accepting 12 new students at this time. So your affordable opportunity to six-figure income, e-commerce success and beyond, it is normally an everyday price of $7,997. I have a recent business owner I just interviewed face-to-face when I was in Orlando. He said, Ann, I've done business for 35 years. This program is worth $20,000. I have never, ever profited so quickly and at such a high profit rate. He's been in the real estate space. They owned a Subway sandwich business. He said, this is valued at $20,000, Ann. Grossly underpriced, Ann, for the value he and his wife have gotten. So we're going to cross that out. So that's our everyday price. And today, this is our Black Friday, literally the lowest price ever. I don't know that we're going to repeat this again. It's a special discount just for Black Friday, Cyber Monday for this year. We didn't do this last year. So it's $3,997, a full 50% off discount. So what you're going to want to do is lock in the discounted price and special workshop bonuses with the $500 deposit. So Coach Kurt has just put the link in. And what this means is that you need to apply to get into the program. We don't let just anybody in. You have to apply. And here's why. We need to know this is going to be a win for you because we know what we can do for people, right? So we want to make sure it's a good fit. And no doubt in your mind, you too want to make sure that we're a good fit for you because we're partnering up with you. We're going to pour everything we know, our love, attention, our wisdom, and our knowledge and our experience. No one has the suite of trainers like we have here at the e-commerce business school. We've got a few of our members here who can attest to that. All right, so 50% off with your full payment. So put your deposit down and join us right now in the Ed Dassey Fast Mover Zoom room. Now, what that means is you'll put down your deposit. In fact, I should just go there and show you what that looks like. Let's just go there together right now. And so, yep, Lynn, you are in for that. That's no problem. Just make sure you get your appointment booked. All right, so everybody, you can see this cart page here. It describes everything to you. And I want you to know this is 100% refundable deposit. I mean, that's only fair. What if we have our consultation together and we say, you know what, probably not the best fit for you right now. Well, we're not going to keep your $500 deposit. It'll be God bless. Thank you so much for checking out the program. And we'll refund it just like that. We don't want it. You know, if it's not a fit for you and if it's not a fit for us, God bless you, right? That's how we like to rock and roll here. So this is the page and you want to make sure you have to take care of that right now. And you'll be joining Ed, who's going to be in a separate Zoom call. One of my wonderful staff members will send you the link, or actually I think it's going to happen right after you make your $500 deposit. And you'll go into that room with Ed. And what's Ed going to do? He's going to pull back the curtains. He's going to share with you in the private mastermind group. He's going to show all the success stories, right? You'll see it live. You're going to be with Ed. You can ask him questions. And Ed is one of the most interactive coaches on our group page. He's constantly sharing his shipments, which is so encouraging to people. All right, we got a very generous stack of bonuses for you. So I'm going to go through these quickly. Bonus number one is going to be recordings of Brian Smogel coaching series to implement the hiring of your own VA, $997 value. We have Dr. Josie Shepard's mini workshop, how to set up an Amazon business on autopilot by outsourcing. She started at age 75 or was it age? I'm losing track with dear Josie. Anyways, she's on her fourth business now. She is a master at setting up automated businesses. Bonus number 3 is Kurt's secret bundle strategy with online arbitrage. 3x your profits and the power of bundling, $497 value. Bonus number 4 is shop your way to wealth, how to use your smartphone to turn your next trip to the store into a profitable business. This is yet another six-figure income business just from this single method. It's an arbitrage sourcing method using local stores. We've had people pay their children's entire college education, buy new homes, buy new cars, quit their jobs. All right, so this is multiple six-figure income business building. We have the book flipping profit system, which was created by Brian. That is what he did for his first 5 years on Amazon. And that is what gave him a six-figure income for his first 5 years on Amazon. So you're going to get that as well. That is yet another six-figure income waiting to be had from yet another arbitrage method. Bonus number 6 is the Q4 Crush It online summit recordings, how to crush it in Q4, a $997 value. And so that's a combined total value of $9,482 in bonuses. But we've got some extra goodies here. So this is to thank you for being here with us today. Instead of running out to the stores, I'm going to guess a lot of you just stayed home for your online shopping, probably, right? But this is a very, very powerful training. It's called the 5-Step Profit Maximizer Formula, how to stack up big discounts and cash rewards to increase your profits. Brian alluded to this earlier when he was sharing with you the profit projection calculator. By using discount stacking, you can dramatically increase your profits by virtue of decreasing the cost of the purchase. Now, this is straight from Candida Lillard, incredibly popular trainer of ours. Gain up to 92% savings on your product purchases and up to 50% on your Amazon profits. She is the queen at this. Now, these are her numbers. Profit 73. Return on investment, what the heck? 279,000? You're going, how does that even happen? Because she had to put in a price, 1 penny. In actuality, she got these products for free. See, she was a professional shopper for over 10 years. People paid her to do their shopping because she could walk away with massive savings on people's shopping. Hey, any of you want to do that with your ordinary shopping right now? I think you do. So you do double dip duty with this particular training. You save on all your household savings, shopping, and you save on the product that you're going to buy for your Amazon store. It's double dipping. Only available in this workshop. The first 10 to grab a spot will get this specialty training from Candida Lillard. Now, bonus number 2 for the workshop attendees. 2-week subscription for 3 days a week for a total of 35 plus product leads for you to tap into. What does that mean? It means somebody else built a big VA team and they trained them, a whole big team of people, to be sourcing products every day. And so you get a product leads list to jumpstart your business very, very quickly. These are pre-vetted leads over a couple of weeks' time for profitable product source specifically for new Amazon sellers. And literally, it's like flipping the nitro switch in your new race car. Does this make sense to everybody? It's a leads list, okay? And most of our sellers do a combination. Brian talked about this earlier in the 3 processes. They use leads list and they also hire a VA. Over time, most people transition to have their own VAs and they, whether they want to grow that to 2, 3, remember their $70,000 in profit, 1 good VA. Anyways, this is a nice jump start to your business, but we're going to do something special right now. And you get 2 leads list for those that make their deposit right now in our time together. And you schedule your appointment during this webinar. So what that means is you're going to go into that special room with Ed. Coach Kurt is going to be over there to meet you and secure a time. It might be this afternoon. I'm talking to people. I'm available. I'm available today. I'm available tomorrow. We're available over the next 4 days. So this is your opportunity to get 2 leads lists. So it's time to double dip on a hefty scoop of vetted products to sell on Amazon. That's a full 1 month subscription for 3 days a week for a total of 70 plus product leads for you to tap into. Now, I got to tell you, I have interviewed, I don't know if I want to say hundreds, but the peak graduates, and people love this, using a product leads list. And they'll get into maybe 2. You can move into a subscription on your own afterwards. Well, we're covering the cost of this for you. So again, that's right now in this webinar, has to happen right now with your deposit. So maybe, thank you, Kurt, for posting that. And I'm going to go to that link once again. This is the link for the cart that you want to go to. You can read everything that's there. Like I said, it's 100% refundable, $500 deposit. And then you just fill out your information. I agree. And you're taken to the next page. So make sure you take advantage of that right now. And again, that's 100% refundable. So this is your time to jumpstart your application into our 90-day peak performance mentoring, again, with a no risk, 100% refundable deposit of $500. As part of your deposit, you're going to receive access to our 10-day accountability boot camp. So you can experience firsthand the support our e-commerce acceleration members receive. And your accountability boot camp is hosted by Coach Kurt Johnson. And he was my first online mentor from 17 years ago, May of 2004. That's how long Coach Kurt and I have been working together. So you have access to my first online mentor. Now, the reason we do this, we understand people have maybe been in a different program and they were met with disappointment. Okay, there's not disappointment here. We want you to be in this boot camp and you're going to see the other acceleration members. You say, hey, I'm checking this out. I'm in the application process. Hey, are you people real? You know, you'll see them. You'll see them. All right. And you can talk to these other members. Now, your $500 deposit ensures your business advisor will be notified and put you on our priority list for your consultation. You're going to move right to the top of the list. You're going to lock in your special pricing discount along with our generous bonus package. That's a huge bonus package. 2 leads list. Your advisor will go over your financing options, including the additional $1,000 discount that comes with the full payment option. And again, you're going to receive our exclusive leads list kickstart bonus. That's the link. I would grab a pen and paper, make sure you jot it down, and we'll even help you. Okay, go back to the link. Okay, let's get that link in there. Thank you, Pamela. God bless you. And I appreciate you too, Pamela. All right, maybe if one of my team members can grab that link for Ursula. So I'll go ahead and grab it here for you. 1 second, Ursula. Get that over to you. Oh, thank you, Loretto. I appreciate that. Okay, beautiful. So lowest price ever with a full 50% discount. It's Black Friday after all, right? So now text Coach Kurt if you need to have the sign up link sent via your phone. We have found that when people are on these Zoom calls, they kind of get lost in the woods and I can't find that link and what the heck. So that is Coach Kurt's phone number, 352-566-2866. Pardon me, 2865. Should have put that in my notepad so I could send that to you guys through. I'll do that right now, get that typed out and over to you guys so that in case you have difficulty finding that link or for whatever reason things are gunked up for you, who knows. Let me get that in the chat. Okay. That is Coach Kurt's phone number right there. 352-566-2865, and then he will send the link to you. So again, for the exclusive workshop bonus is the 5-step profit maximizer formula, crazy return on investments that you see here, and the profit numbers, it's off the charts. Again, it's because she knows how to get products for free. She's a professional shopper. She's been a pro for over 10 years. All right, and the sourcing leads list. But like I said, for those of you put down your 500, double down, and you get the 2 leads list. And we need you to also schedule your appointment, okay? So the price is going to go up, and that's because we continue to add more and more value into the program. So this would be your time to make sure you take, especially at the Black Friday, specialty 50% off discount. All right, so here it is. It's Q&A time. When you put down your deposit, you will join Ed in our Fast Mover Zoom room for a special Q&A and added goodies. He's gonna kind of open up the curtains, share with you our private mastermind group. You'll see they're real people. They're real people. All righty. Yes, Grace, that will work. And you can put that in tomorrow. You wouldn't get, just so it's all fair and clear to everybody else, you wouldn't get the Fast Mover double leads list and Candida's Fast Mover bonus, the one that is the profit maximizer. Just in all fairness, for those who do move forward, you'll get those extra bonuses. I just need everyone to have really clear expectations. All right. Hey guys, it's Q&A time. So Brian is here with me. And if you have any questions related to the workshop material, this whole business model, anything at all, just post it in the questions. Yes, I got your message there, Pedro.
Let's see, is Terry still with us? Terry Sheriff. Terry had posted a question: how do we obtain suggested Amazon choice per each product? And I'm going to interpret your question to mean, how do we understand which products to choose for Amazon, or which ones Amazon would be profitable on Amazon? And that's the matter of product evaluation, where you learn those factors of demand and supply and your costs and fees, net profit. It's what everybody has to learn to understand the profitability of products. And you're going to learn that in your first couple of weeks in the training program. Now, not only that, because we provide you with a leads list of profitable products, you can simply, once you understand the process of evaluation, you can order your leads list and get that, and then go over those products with a coach to confirm that you really understand. And the coach will also answer all your other questions about ordering those products. So they'll confirm, how many you should order, which ones would be the best ones for you. It's a great way to cut your teeth on your first orders of sellable products. Grace is asking, do we start searching for the product ourselves after 90 days, or does your company still support us? So Grace, that you'll be finding products within that first 90 days. After the 90 days is over, all the training is still yours. You're part of our, you have all the training. You're participating in our mastermind group. You can ask all the questions that you want in there. We'll continue to support you, as well as the membership for the coaching. And do you want to describe that?
All right. So Grace, what happens is you will have, in fact, maybe I can just scoot back into, all righty. So you will have continued access to our training back office. You're going to need it. We do not block you out of your training back office. You absolutely are going to need it. There's so much training there, all these bonuses. You may decide to add in the book flipping, say maybe 6 months down the line. So we keep all that open and available to you. Is the business in a box back office training system. The 90-day peak performance mentoring, that does end after 90 days. That's where we do serial group coaching, high specialty coaching. We're tracking everything, tracking your attendance, monitoring your progress. That's all done through peak performance. The 3 one-on-one technical coaching sessions, I want to make really clear. You need to use those in your 90 days. Do not put them in your back pocket and save them for a rainy day. And I typically recommend use one each month. Pardon me. So that would give you one one one-on-one session per month. Okay. The reviews from these one-on-one coaching sessions are off the charts, because you may feel like, gosh, I don't know if I have quite enough questions yet. Trust me, when you get into that coaching session, they're going to cover so much more material, giving their goods, their secret goods in that one-on-one coaching session. So don't hold back on those. Now, the 2 weekly small group coaching calls, that's through your 90 days. Then you will have the option after the 90 days, if you want to continue that, for a monthly fee. And that's $197 per month. You do the math, that's really low for each coaching call. But here's the deal. You'll determine if you see the value or not. And truth be told, you're going to end up with 4, because you're going to get access to the 2 advanced coaching calls, and you can continue to get the basics. So it ends up being 4. Multiply that, that's 16 group coaching calls per month. Brian, am I mistaken on that? I want to make sure that's accurate.
No, it's 4 per week, 16 per month. Yes.
That's what happens after your 90 days. You actually have 4 per week. Okay. So even more support. And 2 of those 4 are for advanced, meaning you've graduated. The conversations are different. It's not the same for someone who's starting in their first 30 days. When you've gone through the 90 days, you're a business owner. You're the CEO. You're going to be advancing your business, and you're going to have pretty different questions than what a beginner would have. Okay. So it actually ends up being 16 calls. Once you're paying that monthly, again, totally optional. We send several emails to let people know, and reminders, etc. All right. So this is for Grace. You're going to have unlimited access to the weekly mindset trainings. That's with Coach Kurt. And that's the 10-day accountability boot camp. We've had some members attend, I kid you not, 2 to 3 years. Literally, they just keep showing up. It's kind of like their daily vitamin. You know, you guys take supplements, some of you, right? Well, this is their daily supplement, is showing up for 10-day accountability. I'm always in the graduation call. Now you have the workshop. All right, so the workshop is coming up in January, and we host these every 6 months. So let's say someone came in February, they would still get a ticket to the next live event, even if the peak performance has already ended, because that's our promise, and we make good on our promise. So you're going to have the workshop, and you'll also get the recordings of the most recent workshop. So in this case, that's July. Will automatically be in your back office when you join the program. And the unlimited monthly peak student success sessions, those keep right on going. We've done those for over a full year now. I love those sessions. So that, I hope, was a thorough overview. All right, so now I have a little more time to talk about these bonuses. Plus, I'm going to share more success stories. So again, in order to take advantage of the special bonuses that are right now for the workshop, you need to put down your $500 deposit. Is that clear to everybody? That means that double leads list and Candida's Profit Maximizer. Okay, so the bonuses, now I get to spend a little more time describing this. So Brian's small group coaching series to implement the hiring of your own VA. These are 3 full training sessions that have been recorded. There's Q&A guiding members through the process of hiring your own virtual assistant. Cut the learning curve from months or years to 3 weeks, avoid mistakes that cost time and dollars, and most importantly, gain the confidence and posture to attract the best VA for you. All right. I'm going to refer to Roberto Lopez. He's gone through our program. And I interviewed him, me and Brian together, actually, down in Orlando a couple months ago. He said, I went through Brian's VA training 6 times. 6 times. Now, this is a business owner of 35 years. And he said, I have never seen such training as this. And that when I follow it to the T, they have well over a 25% profit margin. They have VAs who are running their business for them. They have a turn rate of 30 days. And I mention this because the value is in the mentorship and the training. Listen to your trainers. We know what we're doing. You're going to succeed when you follow our training. So this is Dr. Josie Shepard. This is Brian's personal friend, and she is the one who introduced me to Brian because Dr. Josie was a previous student of mine in a past training company I had. So how to set up an Amazon business on Autopilot by outsourcing, creating systems in your business, and managing team members to run them for you. Josie has built 3 separate automated businesses in a 5-year sprint, starting at age 70. So now I got the numbers right. She's currently building a 4th business, a prep and ship center in California. She has the time, freedom to expand her e-commerce empire while her VAs manage her primary businesses. All right, so what's the message here? It's never too late. It's never too late. And she truly, I said, how did you, all this systems automation, Josie? She said, Ann, I learned that from you. That was from my previous training company. So she took that knowledge with her, and she's really our premier expert at setting up automated businesses. So you're going to get that specialty training. This is actually from a live workshop that was recorded. Special bonus number 3 is Coach Kurt's secret bundle strategy with online arbitrage. He worked with his daughter and they created all sorts of unique bundle offers. We have like-kind products. And when you do that, it's called gifting, typically gifting. It creates a higher perceived value for that shopper. And they're like, oh, this is perfect. In fact, I'm going to guess you guys have done that on Amazon. So he's an expert at that. Special bonus number 4 is the Shop Your Way to Wealth program, a $2,997 value. This is our highly popular starter arbitrage course, which provides you with a unique new way to use your smartphone to supplement or replace your income. We've had members get into cash flow in as little as 2 weeks flat. Using your smartphone in the Amazon Seller app, you'll be able to evaluate almost instantly whether you've got a good product or not. And you'll also receive our ultimate cheat sheet for finding the most profitable products to sell quickly. Personally, I really love this method. It's really fun. So this is Patricia Hubner, and she came into our group page on July 31st this past summer. She says, I got a big number to share. This 1 year, so July to July. Can anybody read what is that number that we see circled in red? Brian, what do you see there circled in red? What is that number?
Well, 657.7K. That K stands for thousands, $657,000.
Yes. That's what she did in 1 calendar year. And
now that's sales.
Yeah, sales.
But people are doing the math in their head. They're saying, let's see, 25% of that. Yeah, you can do the math.
Yeah, not too hard, especially if you got one of these. That's a really good income. Now, a lot of you mentioned that you were a number 3 when Brian asked about, how quickly do you want to move? First master everything before you hand it off, or do one thing and then hand it off, or, hey, I'm going all out. I'm going all out. I want those big numbers. So I share this because amazing things happen here. Amazon, oh my gosh, does Amazon, can we still make money on Amazon? Well, that's Patricia from July. Brian, I'm going to be real curious to see her Q4 numbers. They're going to be off the charts. And then special bonus number 5 is the book flipping profit system, a $2,997 value. Brian, this is proprietary. This is your brainchild from the proverbial 10,000 hours in the field. Fair enough to say it was 10,000 hours for you?
Yeah, pretty easily. Mm-hmm.
And 5 years of mastering that. And then you said, hey, Ann, I've got some people asking, and I think I could teach people how to do this. So this is yet another arbitrage course that comes with your e-commerce acceleration membership. This is why you need lifetime access to your back office. All right. And here it's where you can buy used books for just $1 or $2 and sell them for a pretty handy profit. So success abounds in our community. This is routine. Right now, Ed is over in the room with those who have put down their deposit. And he's in our private mastermind group. That's where these screenshots come from. These are all our members here with their screenshots. And he's just going through and showing the members and pulling back the curtains for the members. Those of you who put down the $500 deposit right now, Ed is still over there. He's with Kurt, to my understanding. I'm not communicating through our message there, Brian, but I'm going to guess they're still over there. Okay, perfect. All righty. So let's talk about this. This is Melissa Stewart. She's a single parent. And I got to tell you, we do get a lot of single parents, just an awful lot. She says, I'm closing out 2020 with a grateful heart that my business is not just surviving, but it's thriving. Many thanks to all coaches at EBS. When she came in, she was struggling, single mom. And basically, she has a heart for other single moms, and specifically moms who came out of an abusive situation. So she is using this business for a heartfelt mission. Now, I got to tell you, I read all the applications that come in, and there's a lot of people who have a heart for helping other people, but they need to be economically empowered first. Before so many people, orphanages. I see many people saying they want to help with orphanages. They want to help people. So many people are having a heart for wanting to help people. Well, she has been blessed with a business that more than amply provides for her family, but she chooses to hire people locally, and they're single moms from abusive relationships. And she wants to help them get a leg up. So that's really become a very fulfilling part of her business and her life. Here's Susan.
Ann?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to let Lori know that if she'd like to join Ed in his room and get a little advanced coaching there, I put the link in chat for you. So if you look in the chat, you'll see a link. You can click on that and it'll open up the other Zoom account.
All righty. Perfect. Congratulations, Lori. So that's for everyone who puts down your $500 deposit. You're going to go in that special room with Ed and Coach Kurt, which, by the way, Coach Kurt, whom I've known for 17 years, he did book flipping with his wife very, very part-time and paid for all 3 of his daughter's weddings just from 1 year of doing books. So very part-time, maybe every other weekend, he and his wife would go out. They called it was like a second date. So we get so many amazing success stories here. Here's, like I say, a lot of medical people, nurse practitioners, Susan McDaniel, 50,000 in sales in 11 months. We're so excited to reach this goal. All righty. And here is Michael May. He's a former franchise owner. And he would never go back to that. It was a food franchise. You'd all recognize the name. He sold it. He was looking for something that would fit a lifestyle of being able to work from home, not having to hire kids. It's a restaurant. And he found it here, and he's met with great success and a very, very happy member of our community. I talked about Layla earlier. She is in the medical field as well, admin level, and she was doing this to help retire her husband as a police officer. And here's Lori. I think I mentioned her earlier. Thank you for all the amazing training and encouragement we've received from the coaches in this group. This is the real deal. Keep pushing forward. Here's ER physician Lisa Jordan. We did it. 100,000 in 10.5 months. Thanking all of you at EBS for the knowledge and support. And I know in that first 10 months or so, she actually worked with her family. And I got to give this lady kudos. Last year, she lost her husband. First of all, she was at our workshop in January, a year and a half ago. Husband died probably 4 months after that. Then her mother got COVID and her mother passed away. And throughout all of that, she kept building her business, and she invited family members in. And it was kind of a unifying thing for her to get through what was a difficult and challenging year, was to have that camaraderie with family members after having lost two very near and dear members in her family. This is Joan, and man, she is something else. She has a master's degree. She works at a VA hospital. She says, I thank God so much for Q4 and all the EBS amazing team. My sales for today have completely exceeded my expectations. I know Joan pretty well because I did her peak graduate call. Her story is that she had what we call doubting Thomases in her family. Her husband and her daughter are like, no, don't do it. And she said, Ann, it's always been my dream to have my own business. And I wanted to prove it to myself that I could do it. So she did this. She works 12-hour shifts. She did this on the side. And she's so happy because that was her goal. I want to have my own business. It needs to work. It has to be profitable. And she's just been a real joy and blessing to our community. And another ER physician, we got Wendy Doe. We just interviewed her about a month ago or so. And she builds her business on the side as a full-time doctor, ER physician, and as a single mom of two. We did this, we showcased her, and oh my gosh, she gave so many amazing tips. It was crazy awesome. We archive all those. They're on our blog. Anyways, she's hired her two little boys. They're 7 and 10 years old. And guess what they're doing with their money? They're saving up for their 401k program. How about that? So she's doing this on the side. So it really proves to you that, it is 70% of our membership are working people, part-time or full-time. Some, like Robin Jeffries, 16-hour days. Where are you going to go to find the kind of handholding that you can receive to cut through the mess and the clutter, the confusion and the mistakes that happen when you try to do it on your own, or you're going through some substandard experience out there? Those stories wash up on our shores all the time. But rather reach out to the best of the best. And by the way, back to Joan, she's referred several members into the program. Other nurses and medical professionals at her hospital, they're coming our way. All right, so I just wanted to share some of those success stories. Members are thrilled with the results they're getting.
All the coaches and trainers here, we have active businesses. It's not like we just studied a course and then turned around and started teaching it. No, this is what we do. And so our training comes from our experience, our coaching, the latest tips, like if things change, which frequently they do in e-commerce, we're on top of those changes because it's affecting our businesses as well. So it's real life experience that we're giving you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Terry's asking if I make a deposit today, when is the balance due?
That will be discussed by your advisor. We know that sometimes people have to move funds around. That's not uncommon. So just know that you'll have that discussion and the conversation with your advisor. We work with members through that. We know some people have to, move around funds, move from one bank account to the another, pull money out of a savings account or a 401k, whatever need be. So that's worked out just on a one-on-one basis. We don't give a hard line because people have unique situations and circumstances.
I've been working with EBS since 2014, e-commerce business school, and thoroughly enjoy this. As far as my own business, I have it pretty much set up on remote control. I mean, right now I have staff shipping orders now. They're producing and shipping orders as we speak, and I can be here. That's the nice thing about it, is this business allows itself to be easily automated, much more so than a brick and mortar retail store. So my business will continue quite some time.
And this question didn't come up. It's often asked though. So, and am I understanding that I do this for 90 days and then I'm going to start building my business? And I said, no. That's not how it works here at all. We want you making money as fast as humanly possible. We have one gal, Crystal Anderson, another amazing success story, single mom, two children. One was cerebral palsy and he's blind. Anyways, her first month, she did 5,000 in sales. This is learn and earn. We're not interested in that delayed gratification plan, hey, in about 90 days, you'll start selling and making money. No, we want you making money as fast as humanly possible. And that's all going to be predicated on how quickly you get into your training, because you have to go through the training, right? And so for those of you who are wondering, how in the world do I restructure my time? You pull out your calendar and you start to look at all, the rocks in your life, so to speak, as they are in this proverbial glass jar. And you look at everything that's going on in your life and you start to figure it out. What can I take off my schedule to accommodate this? Well, what's kind of useless that I don't need to do? Oh, can I get other people to help me do certain things to offset certain work that I currently have so I have more time for training? That's how my mind works. And I start to resource. And that's what you do as an entrepreneur. You start to resource. You start to think outside the box. Maybe my sister would like to do this business with me. That's what one recent gal told me. So you start to think, how can I do this? How do I piece it all together? Brian had to do it. My husband and I had to do it. We had a business that we lost due to a law that came out in the state of Minnesota, completely wiped out our business. Ooh, we got a resource together and we had to completely re-career. We were in the automotive industry. I'm not in the automotive industry anymore. And I just want to give one more shout out because I literally have a call in about 5 minutes that I've got to be in. Is if you want to take advantage of the full 50% discount and get the 2 fast mover bonuses that we're offering today, you need to take advantage of that right now.